Hi, I'm Martin. Welcome back to the channel. And Dave, your mission today, if you choose to accept it, is to fix the dam.
Yes, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this is the second video down at Marty's place. We're here for a week. We've already done one project on using the stick rake. We're moving on to the second project, which is fixing the dam. Marty, so what's the problem with your dam we need to fix?
So I had it reshaped. It was, we'll take some shots and you'll see that it was the main part that is now still got water in it. That was the original shape. I had it cut into a kidney. So when the excavator was here to do it, it was full of water. So when we shaped it up, that obviously we couldn't get into it to do it properly, and it's fairly rough. So what I'm hoping now that it's emptied out a bit with the dry weather that we've had, hoping Dave will be able to smooth that off and make it a little better, and maybe make the water sit better in it so I can clean it out easier.
All right, well, let's go down and have a look, and then we can talk about it and sort of show you what we're going to do. Right, let's go. What do you use this dam for, Marty?
Well, this waters all of our vegetable gardens and lawns. You may not have noticed there's a makeshift golf course as well.
Yeah, so I saw that, yeah, so over there in the distance, yeah.
So we get the greens and stuff a little green, and we've got a grass tennis court down there that our neighbours have, that we sort of put a bit of water on that as well. But
so we've got to get down this slope here. It's not too bad. I think it'll be okay. Not that I've driven into a dam with a mini excavator before, but
you can see
anyway,
the problem.
I'll just stand around this side so my shadow isn't on it. So
you can see the problem I've got, Dave, where what I really, when we did this, you couldn't see what was going on underneath the water when he
so this was covered with water when you had it dug out a bit.
Well, there was no water here, so he's dug it out, and obviously the water's come in.
Yeah.
But whilst that's happening, he can't see what was going on. Okay. And it was a big 3-ton excavator, so he had a big excavator to do it.
Yeah.
But now it's left it obviously fairly rough, and I'd like to clean it up, mainly because you can see the trees that are around us here, up here, the big gum trees. They drop a lot of material into the dam. So to get that, every so often I'll come down, and I've got a boat anchor, which I get. Oh, where am I? Grab it, Dave.
Oh, it is a boat anchor. Here comes the boat anchor. Let's have a look at the...
Yeah.
So what do you throw this...
I get my boat anchor, Dave.
You throw it across the dam or something, do you?
Throw that across the dam.
Yeah.
And then drag that back.
Yeah.
And pull out a lot of the debris and that's in the bottom of the dam. And but with this being a little rough, the anchor gets caught up. Yeah. And I can't get the stuff out. So
we want to take all the high points off this and try and smooth this out a bit here.
Yep.
Okay, and this is at the other end of the dam, and we've got the bit of the same problem, I guess, here as well, haven't we?
Yeah. I'll probably, whilst you're in here, I'll get in. Well, this feels a little softer.
This is a bit softer in here.
So we might be a bit more difficult, but
that might be all right. So there's a couple of high points here.
I mean, it's still fairly firm. It's a very heavy clay underneath.
Yeah, so what do we pull all the material back from here, do you think? Like scoop it up? The trouble is being uneven here where the machine's got to come in. I think what I'll probably have to do is sort of clean an area and have it level to get the machine level on the tracks, and then sort of go up there and start pulling the material back this way, pull it back, pull it back, pull it back, make a heap of it here somewhere. We need to take that out, don't we, at some stage?
Well, I think it'll probably, if all we do is level it, use that material to fill, there's a dip here, drops down in here, pull it back into here to fill these holes. I'm hoping we won't have to pull anything out. We can use it's just flattening it off.
Okay.
Because I don't need to make it any deeper, but I think that'll just level out those little dips, and again, it'll just stop that when I'm dragging stuff out, everything will come up smoothly and out of the out. But there's a lot a lot in there. In fact, I might even drag the anchor through it, and I'll show you just how much material can get deposited in the bottom.
So they call it a mud bucket, but I don't really ever use it for mud. It's an 800mm wide bucket. It doesn't have any teeth on it, so it's really only good for moving sort of soft material. And this will be fine because this hasn't got any rock or anything in it. And I think what I probably need to do is to sort of make a bit of a smooth area to start with, just so I get the machine nice and level. Want to make sure that I stay away from the soft edges. Just going to do a bit of this, come back, put some of that in there. This isn't a how-to video by any means. Marty, tell them all that. It's not a how-to video.
No, not at all.
So see if I can get into this bank here. Bit hard there. Take chunks out of it, I think.
Dave, you could probably take another scrape across there just to flatten that out if you wanted, give you a bit more soil.
Yeah.
Just through here, it's up, it looks like it sort of sits up a bit proud.
Okay.
Take a bit down. Just through here, Dave.
Through there somewhere?
Yeah, I think you can take a bit of that.
want to go. There's a tree root.
Get over there. That's come up pretty well, Dave. I think that's a great job.
Well, all I think we've done is just move dirt around a bit, but
But there's all of those levels of, you know, that sort of bumpy stuff is gone. I think it feels, yeah, just a better.
sort of went over it. Did a swivel turn, of course it stuffed it up, but
Yeah, it's good.
at least with having a soft top on it, you can at least get it with the rake. Okay, and that's what we've ended up with at this end of the dam. We just battered that bank there and moved the soil back. I probably at one stage, I reckon, had a pile of about a ton of dirt, and we didn't actually want to take it out of the dam. We did talk about maybe filling this hole in here, but we decided to leave that. So instead we just moved the dirt around, smoothed it out, tracked it back in nice and flat, and we've just finished with the hand rake on the top of it just to smooth it out, but it's pretty good. There's a couple of tree roots and stuff sticking out, which hopefully won't cause an issue there, but it's certainly a lot better than what it was. If you remember earlier in the video, it was very corrugated and had wheel tracks in there, so certainly that's a lot better now. And then I just kept pulling the soil back, pulling it back, tracking it in with a little dozer blade, and then coming back in here, and I just battered up this bank here just to make this a little bit less severe, if you like. So if we have to come in and do it again at some stage, it's not going to be as bad. But there we are. Okay, this is this end of the dam. Let's move up the other end.
Certainly a lot better, Dave, isn't it?
And there didn't seem to be as much to do really on this one.
Yeah. We had a lot more junk in here, and I've still got to rip out a fair bit of work just to try and pull stuff out.
It was softer than the other end. And the chance of these things, and the trouble with these Chinese mini diggers is that the drive motor, come and have a look at the back, I'll show you. So the drive motor's at the back, under there. That's all the clearance you have here. It's like 2 inches or 3 inches. So if you're in dry material and the tracks sink, you end up bottoming out on these drive motors. And then you have to sort of lift it up with a bucket to try and get out. And I have been stuck once where that's actually sunk into the ground there. So you've got to be careful in soft ground. It's just another one of the problems of these particular diggers. But don't know why I'm doing this, mate. I'm just the driver, you know.
To be honest, I don't know either, Dave. I was quite prepared to do what I was getting in, but you just seemed keen to.
You give me the camera and you get the rake. There you
Cheers.
go.
Thank you. It's going to be all right. Yeah, I think that's going to come. Yeah, I've got to get all this leaf matter and stuff out, but that's just a job for another day.
Righto,
Just
so
I'll clean this up, but that's great.
Job done for this one.
Job done for this one. Let's move on to the next one.
So that's sort of finished the edges of the dam, but we're just heading up the paddock here a little bit to do another section in a settling pond. So Marty has built a little pond up here to try and catch some of the surface runoff water and filter out some of the dirt and the leaves and the sticks with the hay bale, but it's not quite big enough, and I think we're just going to sort of expand and make it a bit bigger. Anyway, we'll have a chat to him in a minute and see what he wants to do. So do you want to make this area here any bigger than what it is? Like, do you want to dig this out more up there, or just keep this the same area but clean it out, or?
Well, my thought was to maybe where we've got a bale of hay there is create another sort of, make this just a little bit bigger. We funnel the water right into the bale.
Yeah.
And then that will settle into there, and then there's the second bale that it'll run through.
So do you want the same as this there?
No, I think just create a place for the bale to go, and a channel, and then just clean this out just a little bit on either side, so that that water starts funneling to here, sits there for a bit, and then runs through.
So put a channel down through here as well.
Yeah, just tidy up you can see where it's naturally cutting a channel through.
Okay.
But it'll eventually, I think you've got a grapple thing. We'll get into here and tear out some of the stuff in here to make that a little better. The problem was a big tree came down and really ruined this whole area, and it's taken me a long time to get it cleaned up. Christ.
Okay, we interrupt your regular program with a live news update. We were just working on the dam and heard an almighty crash, and then we saw that a tree had come down on one of the sheds here, so I'm just in the process of trying to get it off, and we'll see how we go. It's quite a big one. It's going to be a big crack in a minute, and down she comes. Yep, that did it. This is part of everyday life at Marty's place, he says. Every day there's something that comes down. Hopefully it's not going to do any damage to the shed. Bloody hell. Gotta love your trees, mate.
Well, that's it, you know, like this is
Living
life
in the...
here. They just break off like that and come down.
I wonder if there's any more up there coming down. That's where it's split. Look at that. Bang.
We can always throw the other bucket on once we... No, it'll be fine. So we only need another couple of inches. Oh God, look at that, eh? Yeah, just take a bit more maybe, just to here. Stay at that, don't go any deeper, but I just reckon just take that off that, and then this will be, yeah, 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 that's it. And then, yeah, that'll do, that'll be good. Do you want the other mud bucket on? Throw the other bucket on. That's it.
How far back do you want to put it?
I'll put it just in here, so that's probably about right actually. Just maybe a little bit out of here. Just on that back bit, flatten it out a bit. Just watch the, yep, that's good. Yep, lovely.
Righto, well after about an hour's work we've managed to clean up the settlement pond, and this is where the water initially comes in and it hits this bale. This is a new bale we've put in here. It's held in position by some very nice rocks placed along the back, and Marty's also put rocks along the side. We've dug that centre pit, if you like, out a little bit deeper than what it was, so the water will get a chance to sit in there a little bit more. Down the front we put in 2 new bales down here, and this again will be a secondary type of filter for the water, so the water will come down the hill, hit the first one, settle in here, the water level will rise up a little bit, it'll then filter through these 2 bales and will head down the water channel down here and ends up in the dam. So the whole idea of doing this is to get much cleaner water entering the dam than what would normally happen with all the rubbish and the dirt and the sticks and the leaves and everything that comes off from up in the hills up there. Well, there we are, folks. That job is done. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would. We started off doing the dam project, but I've got to say one of the ends of the dam was a little bit soft. I was a bit worried about having the mini excavator in there. But we did that and then moved on and did the settlement pond that you've just seen behind us. So all in all, I think it was a pretty good day.
Oh, great day. I'm very happy. Couldn't be happier. You know, often it's just the little things and getting them done. And as they say, you know, a tractor with a bucket is better than a wheelbarrow, and an excavator is clearly better than a shovel.
Much better than a shovel. Okay, folks, thanks for joining us for today's video. Join us in the next one, where we're still going to be in Victoria here at Inverloch at Marty's place, and we're going to be using the log grapple on the mini excavator, and that's an attachment I've never used. I'm not too sure actually how it goes on, but we're going to put it on and we're going to do some heavy log lifting. Yeah. Okay, thanks for joining us. Thank you for supporting the channel and watching the video. Stay safe, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.